If God give you a place to stay, shelter from the storm and the rain, and then your place has problems that is out of his control, what most people do, they'll call housing to take control. You don't want to call code enforcements for every little thing that's out of control, because if things come out of place, which is out of the control of the landlord, housing, the code division can close down your home, and then you can have no control of turning the key to something that you paid for. You're tired, you worked all day, worked all night, can't change your clothes, can't even turn the key into your door because you lost your place due to people complaining, calling code enforcements. This is what you do. You get up, you see what's going on, you ask the landlord. The landlord says there's a boiler problem that is not in his control, so therefore you can't be totally mad at him, but you can compromise with him. And the best thing to do is go boil you some water and get your day going. Let's show you how this all begins. The owners of the property sent out compromising notices to give people a chance to take a bath if they would like to use empty vacant apartments due to our boiler has some issues. But why trouble them when you have your God-given talent to survive? This is survival 101 when there's no hot water. Moefire is going to show you the first thing that you do is you want to turn on your eyes of your fire. You want to turn on the eyes of your stove because you want to sit here and boil some water. You want to boil the water because you have to take care of yourself. There's no one going to take care of you better than you could take care of yourself. So why sit here and make the lemonades just sit and be hard lemons? Let's make lemonade. We're going to boil some water, and then we're going to go over to the sink, and we're going to get some pots and fill the pots up with some water. And get some pots. It's best to take the biggest pot that you have and to fill it with water. And I got a few pots that I can fill with water, but I'm going to use the biggest ones. You fill it with water, so the goal will be so you can put them into the bathtub, a clean bathtub, because we already know the issue is not having hot water. So we want to make hot water so that you can function throughout your day. And the best way to function is you have to get up in time before your appointments, scheduled routines, to prepare this so that you can not have no interference in with your daily plan. So the daily plan is, the first is caretake yourself, your body, your temple, clean yourself, all angles. Not having hot water is not a way of saying, oh, I can't take a bath, I can't wash my personal parts, whatever the case may be. You have to go into survival mode, which you making lemonade out of those lemons, and at the end you'll see it's not that bad after all. You understand? It could be an inconvenience, but it's not that bad after all. So I'm going to fill up these pots and we're going to put them on the stove, and I'll let you see how it goes. Pot number 2. Filling up. And with this, I didn't fill it up all the way because you have to carry it. You don't want to carry too much of the hot water, and when you walk in, it will burn you. So you have to walk with caution. And I would take the small pot, if anything, and I can pour some more water into that if I want to fill it up. But I like to use the small pot and put some water in it, so when I put it into a little plastic bin, that I can put a cold water into it, and I can use it for brushing my teeth, washing my face, for separate, but you're going to need 2 pots to fill up the tub, to put in a nice good amount and sit in the tub, wash up. And I use the 3rd big pot to rinse off, combine that with some cold water so it could be warm. And then I rinse off, and then I use a small pot for my face and everything. So let's work it out. Okay, turn that off, and I'm gonna put that onto the stove. I don't want to fill this up too, because once I move this, you see how the water is. So I'm gonna pour a little bit of that out, because you gotta remember walking. Safety's first. Safety's first. I'm gonna fill the small one up. The small one up is because on the stove, I don't want the stove to have the big pots where it will slide off. So I'm gonna put the small one right there, and then we're gonna see how that goes. Now this is your basic 101 surviving a broken hot water boiler. This water right here can be filling up in that one. But you don't want to be up and complaining, acting like you can't live. You can still survive. It's an inconvenience. Yes, it is. So we don't want you to suffer of having an inconvenience of not having hot water, because there's plenty of cold water. But we could combine that cold water, make it nice and warm, take a good bath. You still can function, go on, because the object of the game is to pass the test. Pass the test. When the devil send you obstacles in your way, he wants you to hoot and holler, fall out, and everything else. Pass the test. Pass the test of saying, okay, Lord, I understand there's no hot water. The landlord already informed him. The people already informed him. There's no sense for making a big mess out of nothing, because he can't fix it himself. It's going to take a professional fix it. But we have people that call the city. Then the code enforcement put a sticker on your door of the building. And then there's a sticker on the door of the building, because in New York State, it's inhumane not to have hot water. So a whole building could go down for not having water, when the people up north don't know the luxury of having the landlord pay for your hot water for you, because down south, the people are in control of paying for their own water. So if they don't have hot water, and they probably have no water or no running water, it's not considered inhumane down there. So you got to be grateful. You understand? So I asked the people, if the people come and put a sticker on the door, and you worked a hard day, are you willing, ready, and able to move out of your unit right then and there to go find another place to stay? When my grandmother always says, a young girl, she says, Danita, don't you be $1 short with your rent, because people will give you a sandwich faster than they give you a home. If you call in the codes, people never tell you the outcome of the repercussions of the outcome of, okay, you made your complaint. Your complaint should have first went to the corporate office of the owner. Let them have time to fix the situation. But you call codes. Once you get in the city involved, if the city don't like something or it's not in a timely manner, what they do, they put a sticker on the door. That sticker on the door can make you or break you. It can close down the building. And are you prepared to move out right then and there? No, nobody's prepared to move out right then and there. So next thing you know, you have to go scrambling, go look for a U-Haul, find a place. And nowadays they want the rent times 2, security deposit, the rent. Some people want first month's rent and last month's rent. Some people, all people want security deposit. They want you to have a credit score. They want you to have a clean background check. And it's the same equivalent to having the same information to buy a home. Are you ready to put your name on the line to exit where you are because you want to complain to the city? I met a young lady, and you know what she informed me? She said, I do this all the time. I take a landlord to court. I'm going to be the first one to sue the landlord. You worried about suing. When you sue, it takes 3 years to chew off of somebody's pocket. Where are you going to live right now? You have to think about that. I'm going to have people that disagree, but it doesn't matter because as a licensed realtor, I know in New York City, people can go to court, can make a complaint and go to court. It takes months to reach there. But in the outer skirts of the 5 boroughs of New York City, court is so frequently for the less people that's in the community, it would take you 3 days, 72 hours to be out of a unit. And in that time, are you prepared to find you another unit, move out, pack your stuff up, move it out, and have someone to move your stuff into a whole nother unit? Moving costs. So this is 101 in survival of when the boiler breaks in a 200 plus complex, but only one building boiler breaks. One building is at risk. But we got to notice the part has been ordered, the plumber has been called, and we will survive this. We can make it, we can take it, and we can do this. I'm going to show you how to fill up your bathtub to get going with your day to overcome this obstacle. You can do the same for washing your dishes. You can use even that water. Boil that. You can always have water to the side for your, or always on the stove waiting for your dishes. However you choose, stay systematic with it. You can make it, you can take it, and you can do it. Let's see how I go down this rabbit hole. Here's the bucket we would use in the bathtub. You will put your clean water into this bucket, which you would like to rinse off. And then you fill the bathtub up with, I have the little permanent stains that I made a mistake because I put the pot into this right there and it dragged, so I messed that up. So, but other than that, you put your warm water into the bucket, fill your tub up, soak in the tub, wash up, you got water to rinse, and then you can make that happen. So I'm gonna get this tub prepared, ready for me to get in. I use my bathtub stick. I like to get my bathtub nice and sparkling. Ready for me to, that's a permanent stain. I hope y'all take that off my security deposit from when I had dragged the pot. I don't know. But I love this brush. This brush is a truth. 97% charged up.